There's a new me coming out, and I just have to live, and I wanna give. I'm completely positive. I think this time around I am gonna do it like you never knew it. Oh, I'll make it through. The time has come for me to break out of the shell. I have to shout that I am coming out. I'm coming out. I want the world to know.
Welcome to the show, Never Too Late Ever, where we focus on making the next chapter of your life the very best chapter ever. I am your host, Lorraine Hoving, and we have Dr. Avis back with us this week. I am so glad she's joined us. Hi, Avis.
Hi, Lorraine. So great to be back with you. Thanks for having me again.
You're welcome. This day could change your life. Open your heart. We're hoping that to give you some tools to make your life better, to begin today, to make this next chapter the very best chapter. Let me tell you a little bit about Dr. Avis, and then we'll just dive right in. Dr. Avis Attaway is a speaker, author, and performance success strategist, and she has helped thousands of people reach their goals in business and in life. For over 25 years, she has had a thriving practice as a psychologist and a marriage family therapist, hypnotherapist, shamanic practitioner, and a Reiki Master. Understanding the blocks of success and how people can permanently change has been a driving force in her career. Her mission is to help individuals achieve freedom from their self-imposed limitations and to realize their true potential in all areas of life. She is the author of The Image Maker, Transforming Your Life from the Inside Out, and contributing author in 2 business books. Her latest chapter is What the World Thinks of You is Because What You Think of You. I love that. So welcome. I wanted to start with this question. What wakes you up in the morning on fire to tackle every day? Do you wake up on fire?
I think I do. And I say it that way because I kind of feel like I'm on fire all the time.
That's how I feel.
Yeah. I just kind of wake up and go, oh, there's that fire. So, I'm truly happy to be alive. And I think that staying in the present moment is that's a big thing with me, and it's a thing that I talk about all the time with my clients too. I think that when we stay in the present moment, that we are, as much as possible, nobody gets that perfect, but we're able to actually live a richer life because we're not missing anything that's going on around us. So often when we're worried about the future, or generally what we're doing is we're taking something from the past and sort of throwing it out in front of us and just expecting it to repeat itself. And so we're locked in thoughts of past or future, recycling that, and it pulls our energy down and it makes us dread another day. It's monotonous because if you think you're just going to repeat yesterday, it's like that movie Groundhog Day, right? Like if you think you're just going to do that again, that's crazy making. But when you stay in the present moment, there's so much stimulation and just wonderful sensory experiences that just can feed your soul. Just feeling the wind on your skin, or the sun, or smelling, fresh coffee, that sort of thing. That's all creating new experiences of joy and appreciation for the present.
Right. And instead of being worried about what happened or feeling regret of yesterday, or worried about what could happen in the future, you are living. And this is one of the things, one of the joys of getting older. You realize how precious life is. So how precious is one day? One day.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I feel that's probably what wakes me up in the morning too, is I've got this one day, and I don't know if tomorrow's promised, but this is the day. And I love that.
Yeah.
So you've entitled this show Breaking Through into your potential, break through to your potential. How do we break through to our potential? And what would you say is our potential? Like some people are out there going, I'm older. I just, what is there left? I've already, left my job or whatever. So what is our potential as humans, even when we're older?
Well, it's limitless. It really is limitless. Our potential is defined by us. And so we've decided at some point in our life that we're going to give up on that dream, or, well, I'll never have that. Now, some things, obviously, if, you didn't go to medical school before you turned 50 or 60, you're probably not going to want to do that, I mean, just from a practical standpoint. But, there are alternatives to medical school that could provide just as much satisfaction. But that's being very specific. In terms of anyone's potential, I really believe that we all are born with some kind of a dream inside of us, some kind of a feeling that we're here to do something. We're here. I've seen this with so many clients coming in asking, what's my purpose? I mean, I think potential and purpose are very closely aligned. And it's this feeling that there's something inside of you, kind of like you had that feeling when you were a kid, you were excited about life.
Right.
And it doesn't matter what your age is. There's this, it's like this light, it's the life force that's just sort of in there saying, I can do more. I can do more. And I want to do more. I want to make a difference. I want to contribute. I want to go and express myself. And that is what I think is our potential. It's this force inside of us that's seeking expression.
Right.
And that if we peeled back all the layers of crud and gunk that has been laid on top of that core self and peel all that back, then you get in touch with the energy of that potential. And then kind of doesn't matter what you do. You just do something, step out, because one step leads to the next.
Yeah. And I get that, but I'm sure there's somebody out there going, well, how do you peel the junk away? And we talked a little bit about that, is the conditioning as children. We've, we've wanted to be safe. And so we've held back. So how do you, that's what I feel. I feel like I've spread off, I've taken off all these layers, and in some ways, and losing the weight, I felt like I had layers that were covering me and hiding me to keep me safe. And now I'm peeling them off. What are some practical tools for our audience? How do we get rid of some of those layers? We talked about awareness, because I think that's important. What are some other ways to, and we talked about all, the breathing and the meditation, but what are some practical things can we do to get rid of some of the layers?
Well, I think it starts with identifying where you're feeling stuck. I think that's, you start with what you don't want, as opposed to, starting with a goal, because the goals are kind of squashed underneath all of this, these ideas that I'm not good enough. And so you identify for yourself, in what way are you stuck? And then this would be a contemplative exercise where you'd set some time aside for yourself. And I think journaling is an extremely powerful way to do this on your own. And much can be done on your own, as a matter of fact. Even just writing a letter to yourself, or writing a letter to a primary caretaker who you feel was, instrumental in maybe repressing some of your potential. And so when you write this letter, you allow yourself to dive into those feelings. And the letter, should violate all the rules of English 101, all the grammar rules. Never start every sentence with I. You should in this instance. Like I feel, and try to do present tense, first person present tense. I feel, I am, I wish, I remember. And allow, and it's sort of like pulling a chain up out of a well, where one link goes to the next link, and you go deeper and deeper. And the process of writing this is one feeling connects to the next and connects to the next, and it's quite surprising the things that you'll recall that you forgot you knew. It's, forgotten material, like a memory will come to you, and you'll get that aha moment where you'll see that was a pivotal experience that I had, and letting yourself sit with that feeling instead of blocking. I think that anxiety, which is so rampant today, 40 million people, adults in America, have anxiety. And I believe that it's so much about not allowing and not allowing what you're really feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Resisting these feelings that aren't pleasant. And so you try to block them. And by
Right.
doing that, you're just shutting yourself down.
Right. Right.
By allowing those feelings. Allowing those feelings to emerge and let them run their course. And there's release on the other side.
I love the word picture of the chain, because I can picture that. Now, how I got unstuck is I had to go back into my past and do some forgiveness, and then also forgiving myself. But I like the idea of journaling. If you don't have money or whatever to go to a therapist or anything, at least start here with this tool.
Right.
Start journaling, and like she says, it doesn't have to be perfect. Nobody's going to read this. You just keep going, and you start going down the chain find out what's really bugging you, because we are so good at covering things up. I numbed a lot. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you talked about using food to numb, but people of course are using alcohol and drugs, exercise, overworking, constantly chasing, the next experience, the next high, whatever that might be.
Because we don't ever want to feel that. We don't want to. It's not necessarily comfortable, but at least you are getting to the bottom of the root of why you've been covering things up. And
an unfinished feeling. It's an unfinished
freedom.
Feeling.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. And if you let that feeling run, then it finishes and it literally no longer serves a purpose. I mean, the neural pattern dissipates because emotions and feelings are just designed to deliver a message. What should you do? You should run, you should fight, you should hide, you should comfort yourself, or cry. And once the message is delivered, then that's it. That thing is gone. Right. Because it served its purpose.
Amazing. That is a wonderful gem for all of you out there, because that's where I think freedom begins to take place, because she says it dissipates once you've got it, once you're aware, once you've written it down. And sometimes writing a letter to somebody, even if you don't mail it, somebody that maybe perhaps in your past has hurt you.
Don't mail it.
Yeah,
I would say don't give yourself time. Write the letter, go back to it in a few days, rewrite it, and you will find that there will be like evolutions of the letter. It'll go through these changes until pretty soon there's really like, I don't even need to do this. It's handled.
Right. Yeah. Right. Because it's a matter of letting it go. And when you let it go, there's no need to hang on to it anymore.
That's right.
Right?
Exactly right. Yep.
Yeah. And you talked on here about imposter syndrome. What is imposter syndrome? What do you mean by that?
Oh, it's that feeling that people get when they've had a great accomplishment, but they're afraid that they're a fraud. Mm-hmm. They're afraid they're going to be found out as having just lucked out and just, it's a fluke. They can't repeat it. So that it's a lack of actual faith or trust or belief in oneself. And so even though, and it's interesting because this happens at all levels. I mean, students in college or, high school students and, CEOs and top level management people, that it's just this feeling that I just lucked into this and I cannot repeat this and I'm going to get found out. And so it's really living with a lot of fear, not to mention, you're completely robbed of the joy and the satisfaction of what you've